Hi Pisces, welcome to your July Spirit Messages. I am Charlene Lizette. If you're new here, hello, hi, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. As always, I do need to give gratitude and adoration to my great queen, the Morgan, to whom all my work is devoted to. If you're new, I do hope you click subscribe. If you're returning, a massive thank you to you. Raven is in here, but I don't know what she's doing. You coming up? She wants to go outside, but I'm recording these really late, so she can't. Okay, let's see what's going on. Spirit messages are a little bit different because I channel directly, receive messages from the highest good of the collective Piscean energy to deliver information that will support you this month. We do have Aquarius, Jupiter going retrograde back into Aquarius this month. So just remember that. The crumbling, what he's still clinging on to. I think that's that Jupiter and Aquarius energy, right? Because Jupiter transitioning back into Aquarius or retrograding into Aquarius or moving back into Aquarius offers you this opportunity to really align yourself, okay? Jupiter, it will go back into Pisces, its co-ruler, December 26th, I want to turn around and say. So it's going to be a really auspicious time for the Piscean energy, the Piscean collective. Right now, these moments from end of July on to December are about regrouping, aligning, and directing yourself. What are you holding on to? What do you need to let go of, okay? I'm sitting here with your energy, wanting to see what's coming through, what I'm feeling. You know, the energy is pretty turbulent, but not in a bad way. I just heard, ladies and gentlemen, we're going through some turbulence. Make sure you buckle up your seatbelt and enjoy the ride. Nine of Wands with get grounded, yeah. Haha. Three of Swords showing up here. I love that you're showing up in this. Love this. Love this. Okay. Whew. This period of time for you has been quite the emotional roller coaster. Times where you've had to really hold on to the idea that source, universe, your highest self knows the right path to take, and that there are moments where you need to surrender control completely to any outcomes, to anything that's happening, trusting that everything that's happening is happening for you, not to you. And while that sounds very easy and lovely and magical, it's a lot easier said than done. Because I see that the ego is wanting to kick in through strong. It's almost fighting on its last legs here. But your highest self is pushing through, coming through victoriously. And it's kind of in alignment with what we're seeing in the universe right now, isn't it? Your divine team, your divine army is reminding you of how powerful you are. You are the 12th sign of the zodiac. You understand all. You see all. And while you may want to express everything with everyone, you also understand that part of your gift is knowing that not everyone will listen to you because they're not ready to hear what you have to say. Regardless of that, though, you know the truth, you see the truth, you feel the truth. And that is the biggest blessing of all. To know that you are divinely gifted and guided by source, by your highest self at all times. The month of July will have you really, really pushing the limits of how much you can surrender to source, to your highest self, and how much you still feel like you need to be in control. How many times will the ego kick in? How many times will you allow the highest self to align with you? This is part of your growth. This is part of your evolution. And this is part of the direction that you're headed into. For 2022 and the end of 2021, is showing to be very powerful with a lot of growth and a lot of auspicious opportunities for you. As we get into the Tarot, the first card we have for the month of July is the Nine of Wands. Get grounded, empaths, highly sensitive, connect with nature. Be outside as much as you can. Go for swims in the river and the oceans and the lakes near you. Touch trees, hug trees. Put your bare feet on the ground. If you have sand near you, put your bare feet in sand. Allow yourself to be one with the universe that has created you, with Pachamama. For warriors, don't give up. But they do understand that sometimes they need to rest. Sometimes they need to go within. Because that's what makes them stronger. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty, devotion, priestic, mystic, teacher, Two of Pentacles. This may oftentimes feel like a juggling act for you, where nothing seems to align properly and when everything feels like it's up in the air. And how do you control everything? You're only human, you say. And yes, this is true, dear Pisces, you are human. You are here in this 3D world, experiencing this 3D reality in this 3D skin. But you know truth within yourself and your highest self, that you are far more than just this physical vessel. And so are you juggling everything? Is it a balancing act? Or are you really asking yourself what you need to shed and let go of because it's really just creating an imbalance in your life? How are you allowing the ego to block the mystic, the teacher, the magical being that you are within? And how are you stopping that mystical, magical being from showing up in its true light, Pisces? For it's not that everything is up in the air and everything feels overwhelming, so much so that sometimes I'm even feeling like I want to cry as I'm doing this reading. You want to break down, you want to say this is all too much. And that's fair and that's fine because you are a 3D being. And so you're human and so you feel. But there's nothing wrong with feeling. The important part here is to remember that you are a magical, mystical being beyond this 3D reality. And so while you can feel in the 3D form, you know the path in your highest self, in your highest form. And so it's not so much of juggling and being chaotic and not having things under control. It's of trusting that your highest self will always lead you the right direction, will always show you the right path. What needs to die? What needs to live? What needs to keep going? What needs to be fed? And what needs to be starved because it's holding you back and it's keeping you ill and sick. Fill up your well, rest, retreat, refuel. 3 of Swords. If you don't take care of yourself, who will, Pisces? If you don't put you first, who will, Pisces? If you don't love yourself at your deepest core, understanding the magical being that you are, who will, Pisces? Who will? You're being tested, you're being pushed, and that's because you're a warrior, and warriors don't give up. But warriors know when they need to take care of themselves first. When they need to tend to their wounds, when they need to heal, when they need to rest, when they need to replenish, refuel, and reset. For you understand so clearly that this is not a battle, this is a war. And how can you win this war if your mindset is so small and limited? You know this to be true. And so expand and open. Trust your third eye. Allow yourself to see beyond the veil. Step into that energy of the High Priestess. Raven, may I? It's almost just like Raven. The High Priestess is hidden within you. But just because you've maybe forgotten that the High Priestess exists within you, it doesn't mean that she's not there, because she is. She's right here. She showed up in your reading, the High Priestess. And so yes, there are tears, and yes, there is pain, and yes, there feels like there is moments where everything is coming up and you can't control everything. And that's because you're not meant to, Pisces. You're simply meant to know, so that you can prepare for battle, for war. So you can prepare and design the path that you will take, understanding that some things you'll have to let go of, and that's perfectly fine. Because everything that's happening for you is not happening to you. The ever unfolding rose, cracked opening, it's happening for you, not to you. These are probably the 2 most beautiful cards that you can get together, because you're aligning with your highest self this month. You're really stepping into your purpose and your power. And while I'm trying not to cry, I think that it's okay sometimes to cry. Because to cry is to feel is to be human, and that's exactly what you are. And so at the end of the reading, you're left with the Queen of Swords and the crumbling, what are you clinging on to? And so this is where the warrior takes a moment to assess their game plan. How are you going to win the war? How are you going to win the battles? By being logical and methodical. And ironically enough, the Queen of Swords in this deck is wearing battle gear. A Knight of Swords, but a queen. A queen dressed in her armor, ready to understand that beyond the things that she's holding on to, the great crumbling, what are you still holding on to? There lies this vast opportunity, these beautiful blessings, this abundance. Look at all the greenery. Look at all the opportunity, the flowers again flourishing, but you must allow your highest self to shine through, Pisces. Don't hold yourself back anymore, baby. Don't allow the stories, the narratives, the external judgments, the opinions of others to block you from your power, from your true birthright. It is time, Pisces. It is time. And that is your spirit messages for the month of July, Pisces. If there are any crystals that I'm going to recommend to you, ironically enough, one of them would be selenite. This is a palm stone. Really activating that third eye and that crown chakra. Amethyst as well. Even lepidolite. Look at this beautiful piece of lepidolite. If you're interested in shopping over at STARSEA Jewels and picking up your modern day amulets, I am wearing a few of them here. Eashell has amethyst in it. There are also a few different other pieces as well that have amethyst, including Empress. What other ones? I'm trying to think. Divina as well. That would be a beautiful one for you. Really allow yourself to shine through. High Priestess and Priestess will also be supportive for you because they are in alignment with the highest self energy, okay, with Blue Lace Agate, Sis Speak Your Truth, and Moonstone. And if you want to shop over at STARSEA Jewels, use YouTube Fam for 15% off. And if you want to book a live 1-hour reading with me, take a look at the description box below. Thank you so much, Pisces, for all your support, your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes. See you later, alligator. Peace out. Bye.